We only get to do this every once in a while.
Yeah, we do. Welcome everybody to another episode of Tales from the Forlorn. I am your host, Cybersmiley.
I'm your co-host, Wisdom. Greetings, programs. Once again, we have a fantastic guest tonight. Joining us is our friend James Hutt. James, it's great to see you again.
Or hear you.
Hello, everybody. It's
hear
good
you,
to see
yeah.
you. In case anybody doesn't know, I'm the designer at RTG Games, where I design primarily in the Cyberpunk line. But I bounce around a little bit too.
Yeah. You also have
And
your own game system
yes.
too. Or sorry, game company.
Yes, indeed. James Hutt Games. And at Talstorian, I'm also running Talstorian Presents.
Oh, look at that. You are a busy man, Mr. Hutt.
Yes, indeed. And today is a busy day.
Dun, dun, dun.
I wanna, start out, of course, with the Shadowscar Kickstarter went live today. That is the business of the day itself, and it is doing great. And it looks like it's gonna fund in today, actually.
Yeah, that would be fantastic. It's a beautiful product.
Yeah,
if you haven't put in for it yet, it's on Kickstarter. Shadowscar. Throw it up in the Google field, you'll find it. And I really recommend you give it a go. It's definitely I think it's the best system for stealth out there, probably period. And it's certainly the best
really
ninja game.
What it really is to me is the basic concept of you traveling, hopping dimension to dimension, searching for people who are, I don't know. I've said it before. Like reading through the rules, it reminds me of Time Bandits, and I love that shit.
Yeah. But
it's
as ninjas.
That's the concept I always wanted. Yeah, but as ninjas. Like something like that was what I always wanted and imagined Rifts to be. And then when I played Rifts, it was so very disappointing because that's not what it was.
All right, well, there you go. It's not Rifts.
It's not Rifts. The rules are much better, and the product itself is beautiful.
Yeah. The game uses just D6s, with 6s and 5s being worth 2 instead of 1, and with I believe 4 and 3 is 1 success, and then 1 and 2 is no success. Very simple. Just count it up. There you go.
Yeah, it's a dice pool basically system.
Yeah.
And those are they're fun because you get to roll a lot of dice and have a lot of dice just thrown all everywhere.
I like that the maximum amount of dice you can roll is relevantly small to the amount of dice that comfortably fit in one of your hands. So this isn't a double-handed roll dice pool system. Also, it is very crisp in the speed of play, because there is no second step to dice rolling. Some dice pool games have, I gotta re-roll these, or I'll spend this to do this. This one is very simple, and that keeps gameplay fast because paradoxically, stealth gameplay requires that to get that right feeling. Stealth gameplay needs to be even faster than non-stealth gameplay, right?
Yeah. Because you got to act
mostly about narrative.
And it also helps with tension.
It's smooth.
All that stuff.
Yeah, so I know Cody was the main developer of this, but did you have any input, or was it more like you were just there giving a bit of a, or he was bouncing ideas for you?
So Cody and I did design together at the end of the process, but I don't want to. That is not. This is 100% Cody Pondsmith's childhood dream game. and I helped him get over the finish line at the end. But I don't want to I don't want to underscore the amount of. This is not a 50-50 operation here at all. I may have helped him in the last 5%.
Well, I mean,
I love
to get
that it's
nice
a
and streamlined.
I love that it's a Pondsmith family game because he's got Dolan doing the artwork, and I don't know, that just warms my heart. I don't know,
Dolan's art in the book is fantastic, by the way.
I've loved everything Dolan has done for the Cyberpunk line so far. Like the Johnny Silverhand homage for Rocker Boys was fantastic.
Yep.
Or not Johnny Silverhand, but the homage to the cover of Rocker Boys. I don't know why I said Johnny Silverhand.
Because everyone thinks it is Johnny Silverhand.
Yeah, it's not. It's some punk rocker, but yeah.
Fire and Ice.
Fire and Ice.
But yeah, even Doug Anderson, who we were finally able to interview, actually too. So still had the original in his basement, as he said.
Nice.
Yeah. So so everyone go out, go to the Kickstarter. First tier is like $19 for the PDF, and then goes up from there to $49. Second tier, so you have a physical copy as well as PDF.
And I just want to kind of make it clear here. The game is done. All the art is done. All the art is laid in. The book is all laid out, and we know publishers. We have, we've already. Basically, this is just for marketing purposes, so we can figure out how much of an initial print run we're buying.
Right.
So this is not we're going to spend. You will get the PDF at the end of the Kickstarter.
Nice.
That's a guarantee. Because it's already done. And it's great. So this is a lot of times, it's not like that in a Kickstarter, but this one is. We're a big company. We're just using this for marketing and to give this new IP its best shot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Get the excitement out there. Kickstarting a new line, it lets you know where that line's gonna. Yeah. What kind of hype that line is going to generate.
Yeah.
Oh, and I guess I should mention Shadowscar has been getting DLCs as well. A fair amount now it has. I think it has 6 or so of them out by now. So it's getting that level of support as well. So we are making a big push on it. So get in here. We need you. Get on in there.
Yeah, so
all right, I feel like I've shilled enough. This is.
Well, speaking of
the people have the message now.
Yeah. Well, speaking of DLCs, seems like Artausarian developed cloning because I don't think there's one man can do the amount of work that Jay Gray does because he does the DLCs. He just did the solo project, and he's also working on other upcoming projects as well. I don't know how that man works and still has life. So my thinking is you guys cracked the cloning.
He works very hard. And we do have a stable of outside writers that we work with. And he also has me helping him. So he is well supported.
You guys are all busy little bees.
I'm writing on the October DLC now. We like to keep ahead of ourselves.
Another horror.
Any hints as to what it might be?
Oh, I am a big fan of writing the October ones. I always try to make them themed around something about games.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Not elves. I promise, not elves.
No elf lines. Okay.
That was
quickly deconfirm elves.
All right. So
we're still letting the previous elf lines cook
it's still
a little
fresh.
bit longer.
Hey, you guys just
Magic Returns. Magic Returns was a huge expansion that was way too long. So
yeah, and Elflines, I don't know. I didn't think it was going to take off as much as it did, but it seems like it's taken off. To play a game inside a game
Yeah,
is always an interesting concept. Very meta.
well, I mean, it plays like its own thing, and I don't know. It's fantasy in your cyberpunk world, or fantasy with your cyberpunk rules. I love that it's taken off because I love flavor. I love any of the little side stuff that's happening in the game. It all makes the game feel more alive. Um, so I'm all about that. I'm very much all about solo play. Can you talk to us about that?
oof. Sure. Now, I didn't get to do any work on solo play. I have a credit in it, but that's just because some of my flavor writing ended up into some of the tables. I think it's
Uh-huh.
literally, it might just be the chart of random kibble flavors nearing the end. But this book is fantastic resource for GMs, even if you're not playing alone. It's kind of one of those things where it's such a good GM resource that it could be used to play by yourself. Of course,
Yeah,
that's
I
never
think
going to be the best way to play a tabletop role playing game,
no, but
but it is an
it'll
interesting
certainly like
possibility, of course.
tickle that. It'll tickle that nerve in between sessions of your regular game. Or if you can't get a regular table, it'll at least let you, taste it, as it were.
Yeah, yeah. I think it's a.
I've
I
been
think it. I mean, it must make like planning your campaign so much easier, and can certainly help you pick up on the interesting, like, even if in your head you're like, oh man, I've got these cool big set pieces that I want, but how do I deal with making sure I earn those set pieces or build up to them? It can really help with the middle tissue part, and that's the hard part to write, right? Everyone can figure out, I want the cool Jedi duel, but can they earn the emotion in that Jedi duel by doing good, muscle connective tissue writing? That part's hard,
yeah.
and this can be a good tool to help you figure that out. That, and it's a great way to figure out NPC stuff, and background world building stuff. I'm a big fan of it, and I think it's a pickup for GMs for sure.
Yeah, and some of the charts I really dig, especially like the morale. I know I'm guilty. Okay. The baddie's gonna sit there and we'll fight to the death. Maybe I should leave now. Giving that kind of morale type of role. Not this person. Stick around. Do fight to the. Even the diehards know better.
Right. It's that is one of those like unspoken things about GMing Cyberpunk, that once you cross that boundary of like, this person has no reason to fight to the death, the next step past that is a really like heartening. Does anyone have a reason to fight, to be in this fight at all?
Yeah.
Are they just goons showing up for no reason? Like, what are their motivations? And past that lies, oh, this is a movie. This feels like a movie now because all the characters have to have motivation now, and things have to proceed dramatically in that point. No, he's here because he hates this guy.
Like that feeling is what drew me to Cyberpunk in the first place. That cinematic realism.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's not reality. It's not just pure goof. It's that thing in the middle where drama is there and action is there at the same time.
That's been the cornerstone of Red, the edition Red. So.
Yeah. The other thing I like of the solo play is end of the list and tables section, in which there's blank tables, but you guys actually put out the percentage. What are the chances of actually rolling this on this table?
I was actually rather inspired by that as well. I think a lot of games should just outright tell you this is kind of the statistics behind our core game mechanic. Because I think it would help people understand what that all means. I'm all for if the players don't need it, hide it from them. But
Sure.
I think from a learning place, it helps. Maybe it would have helped me when I was learning how to play these games way back in the day, right? But certainly, if you're in an environment now where you are getting into something new in the year 2025, right? You kind of need to be able to enjoy it within like 3 days of starting, or you're gonna do something else.
Yep.
Yeah. That there's a lot of things that definitely fall in that category.
Right.
Yeah, and you know, of course, I'm from the generation, and you know, showing you the curve, the distribution chart, rolls, and chart that you know showed the curve going up and mins and maxes, dice rolling. Like
there you go.
There's a lot of math. This system. Yeah, this is a percentage. What does it mean to you? You guys decide. Definitely.
Yeah. On the other end of the chart is the hard part after the math. It's what percentage of the time does this amount of getting the feeling right? What does 30% fail chance feel like? That part I'm not so sure I've cracked either. But matching,
way, you know?
Once you start getting into situations like that where you're trying to map to balance out, you know, that percentage, it's not something the players will ever notice.
They'll notice it. They just don't know what it sounds. They just won't know how to tell you about it.
Yeah. Well, okay. Yeah, that's true. They won't ever notice that it's okay. Well, I had a 30% chance, but they will notice that suddenly, you know, the hair on the back of their neck is rising and they're sweating bullets. They'll recognize that.
I've been looking into different statistical models recently in that vein to try to find something that feels unique. So I am sorry if I'm a little bit too statistically minded at the moment.
Well, you majored in economics, didn't you?
Yes, and I wish I majored in statistics. I 100% wish I majored in econometrics. Combinatorics. That's the class I wish I took. Every day I swear to myself, I should have taken combinatorics.
You're still young. You can still take night class amongst all the other work you're doing.
You've got all the time in the world to do that. Yeah.
You know, I thought it's not like I write for 6 hours a day. Yeah, I have an extra waking hour to spend.
So what do you think? So speaking of statistics and the math that goes into game design, I mean, what do you think is the or percentage of time that you actually deal with the math with either a game mechanic or finding out a system?
So when designing a system, that's a lot of that is time in statistics, making things feel right, making the rules feel like the world you're trying to talk about. You jump differently in when you're playing a video game. You jump differently in some games, right?
Yeah.
In Mario, you jump really high because jumping is the point of the game.
Yeah.
In like Final Fantasy, you don't really jump. No, it's just superfluously there because you have to be able to jump because you expect to be able to jump from other games. So
I honestly, I
you
hate
want
video
core to
games
the
that I can't.
experience. Exactly, you hate it. Is it core to the experience or is it vestigial because you expect to be able to do it?
Yeah.
And things that are core to your experience need to have more page space because the great limit on brand new things is page space. The amount of pages you have, not could you. Because if you forget about page space, you end up with a monster that no one wants to read.
Yeah.
But for Cyberpunk, we have our statistical models, and every time we want to change anything, it's a tuning and not like a full from the ether new thing, which has its own challenges. The good news is we've gotten a lot of playtesting on Cyberpunk because it's been out for many years at this point. So
It still feels fresh and brand new to me, but yeah, it's been out for a while now.
Yeah, and we are we've gotten to this point where we've been able to listen to fans and hear what they like and what they don't like, and like tune toward that is something we're always listening. So keep talking about it.
I mean,
We'll hear you.
From all the DLC.
Maybe be nice.
Yeah, the DLC seems like you guys kind of react to chatter that's in the various communities.
We try to, when we can tell when it's like, oh, this is something they want. If we do it this way, it will be, it won't like impact people that don't want that. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like DLCs are a great place to do those types of things, like with breaking your things. Not everybody wants degradation durability system. So DSC was the perfect place to do it.
Oh man.
Yeah, Jolly did a great job on that. And I like it. But I would say it's not for every campaign.
No.
That's okay.
Not always.
Yeah, I mean that's the beauty of the rules is you use what you use and discard what you don't.
Right. Rolling a single dice and adding a number will always be just a really simple system that is easy to hack, right? Easy to hack into everything else. We're really just writing homebrew for something that we happen to have written at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Speaking of rolling a die and adding a number, I remember debates have whether rolling 2d6 or a d6 plus 2 which one is actually the better for doing damage with certain calibers or weapons in Cyberpunk.
How invigorating.
Yeah.
How invigorating a debate.
Yeah, I remember debating that all the way back on the news groups. Like it seemed like an old argument then.
Yeah. Right. So I guess, what, you share anything that might be coming our way, Cyberpunk, or you guys still hammering away since the summit you guys had?
We are still hammering away. I can't share any. I can't. This isn't my. That isn't my place to do that. Our media guy will kill me. But we
gotta try anyway.
Hard. But we are working hard, and there will be Let's see. What have we publicly said?
Night City is eventually coming.
Night City. Yeah. The next interface.
Yep.
We've been talking about it.
Yes. So it seems
y'all know it.
Solo Fortune themed.
That's right.
Well.
Solo Fortune themed. It's going to be big. I think it might be the biggest.
Wow, because the last one was huge.
Yes, the last one was huge. I think it might be the biggest, but that all determine layout and art placement is big in that too. So manuscript wise, I think it's the biggest.
That's beautiful.
And certainly that's going to be a big draw, right? Because you get all of the fun new stuff that comes with a solo focus. And I get to kind of make a miniature version of one of my favorite books from 2020. And my goal with it has been to like expand what could be considered a DLC. Is it a DLC or is it just a really tiny book of its own in the back of a, at what point is it no longer an article is what I'm saying.
Right.
I think that point is when you start charging money for it. That's when it's no longer an article.
Well, we are. You just happen to get the rest of the interface issue too.
Excellent. I mean, I love the interface books.
Yeah.
I love that it's all the years worth of DLCs plus some new stuff. And last time we got the long-awaited martial arts stuff. So yep. I'm very much looking forward to this.
I think this one will be just as impactful as martial arts was. So I'm forecasting some serious good coming out of this one for high-powered campaigns, of course.
Well,
that's what
you wrote the book. You're writing the. I assume have written.
Yeah, we're in play testing.
Okay.
So it's all a matter of what I can sneak through the censors, right? They don't just let me publish whatever I want. But people are liking it. I think it's gonna be good. Won't say much about what's in it. But
you guys announced at Gen Con that there was going to be heavier military gear.
Yes, that is in.
So I assume it's going to be similar to what Firestorm series, the gear that came out for that series, as well as Solo 2 kind of
Fortune 2.
Yeah, brought the board weapons.
It's more like Solo Fortune 1.
Okay.
Than it is like Solo Fortune 2.
Okay.
Just because I liked that book better, and I wanted to focus on like whenever I find whenever I design out of a like a warm feeling that I've had toward a subject material, it always comes out better. So I was like, I'm gonna make this basically for me, and
that's why
make it something that I would have wanted to read back in the day. I don't know. I always gotta make it. My shtick is I always gotta make something for somebody. There's always got to be a target audience, and it can't always be me. But sometimes I like it to be me.
It can't always be me, but damn it, I'm gonna try.
I've gotten more selfish.
I hear that. I'm selfish for flavor, and like all the flavor you can give me, I will devour. So that's been my favorite aspect of the Cyberpunk Red Line.
I will say there's more fiction writing in this one than in any previous any previous bonus article, quote unquote.
Okay, so you're writing this specifically for me then. That's awesome.
I'm saying I've increased it because I wanted it to feel like Solo of Fortune, and Solo of Fortune had those amazing flavor sections.
Oh man, it was
Felt like a magazine.
yeah, it felt
Um,
like
it also it
Soldier
also
of
had a
Fortune
bunch of
magazine. Like the '80s were so fucking weird that you could just go to the newsstand or any gas station and pick up a magazine completely dedicated to mercenaries and like guns for hire. Like how fucking weird was the '80s?
that is pretty strange. I looked into some of the there are a lot of there's a lot of that stuff. I think it was something about the wars that were going on at the time, that it was just a different.
I think it had
I'll
to
put
do
it this
with
way: there were no such articles during Desert Storm. There was no such magazines during Desert Storm that
no.
were in popular that were
Like
in newsstands.
I mean, it had been like that was the mid to late '80s were kind of in that perfect zone where we hadn't been involved, like overtly involved in any major conflicts in like 15 years. It was like a record for us. Like we had small ones like Grenada and shit like that, but no major.
I guess war is much more interesting when you can keep it at an
Yeah,
arm's distance.
Yes.
yeah. So at that point, felt like video games. Like it was something other people did. We weren't involved, but we're gonna read about these exciting exploits.
Right. What else? There's more fiction in it. We're touching on places further away than Night City,
Oh, beautiful.
Which
and
Solo
we
Fortune
haven't
originally did.
really done that. We
We
haven't
just
really done
had
that yet in the editions, so that'll be new. So there'll be lore nuggets as to the world of Cyberpunk, as well
Cool.
as
I mean, you're speaking my jam. You're speaking my
yeah.
jam.
I've sold it. I don't need to. I don't need to keep. I don't need to keep
I mean,
shilling.
if you want to
I don't really feel
just
like
to
I'm
throw it
shilling.
out there, you've got some writers in the UK that would desperately like to work on a new source book for the UK. I'm sure there's some people in Japan who are all like or the rest of Asia, like let us have a
I
crack at that.
wish. I wish those books could sell in this year, but I don't think they can. The '90s were a different time for material like that, right? You could do a whole wild, out of pocket source book, but
Yeah,
days flat are over.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Luckily, the DLC can make them live in part.
yeah, I mean that was always the challenge when it came to, and I think that's true for any game company back then. Did like a splat book for a region. The only one that was successful at it was probably Forgotten Realm, but most other companies more game mechanics or cool items in the book,
Right.
and it just didn't sell, which is a
Well,
shame.
I mean,
because
Palladium was pretty successful at it. I
Was
don't
that?
like their stuff, but Palladium, like they put out for Rifts, like tons of world books,
Yeah,
and then they all seem to do pretty well.
but did they sell? I don't know, right? So it was hard to
I don't
say
know how much they
because
sold, but they were in all the like used book boxes. So
exactly.
Yeah, there you go. The customer base for those is rather small, actually.
Learn something new.
I mean, that's why they're in the used book boxes.
True.
It's it's the comic book problem, which I dislike and I wish we didn't have. Um, where number ones sell way better. Doesn't matter if
Yeah.
the book is bad, the number one will sell way better than the second one.
Yeah. The
is,
'90s curse.
Yeah, I mean, of course there's you can try to be immune to that curse. I mean, you could write Bones, right? But good luck writing Bones.
Sure.
Good luck being a generational talent. Um,
Yeah, you gotta really throw something special out there.
yeah, and can't just
and it
you can't be solid magic all the time.
no,
Anyway, but focusing. Now, this isn't to say that cynically we focus on what sells. This is to say that we definitely know that doesn't sell.
Yeah.
which is too bad because those are my favorite books. They really are. I mean, I'm glad that it isn't that attitude hasn't extended to the Night City source book because I'm looking forward to that.
Oh, that's
With
different.
drool.
This is not that. This is not that. The difference is this isn't the setting book for just New Zealand. That's the Night
Right.
City source book. That book's
That's-
gonna be
that's-
big.
Yeah, it's the one.
I am
It's-
so excited for that. That book has had it. That one's gonna be really good. That one's gonna be really good. That's a must get.
Like I said, I'm drooling for it. It's got so much to live up to, and you guys all sound so bloody confident about it that I just know it's going to be
a different
badass.
way, and we're doing it in the right way.
Okay.
Yeah.
We can't do
I don't
it
know what
again,
this means, but I'm excited to find out.
but we can do it right for now.
Sure.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Got to hit the timely vibes.
yeah,
Um,
that is it's coming along. That's I mean, I think definitely over the horizon.
Yeah.
Just over the horizon. I don't know if we've given a timeline, so I'm not going to speak to timelines.
No, you guys haven't given.
That is that book in particular is a huge undertaking. This is like a Black
can only
Chrome
imagine.
huge undertaking.
Well, you got.
I think probably as much work has gone into that as the core book. Black Chrome was insane for its own reasons. This is insane for different reasons.
Yeah, you guys have like over a dozen, maybe even 24 writers who contributed to it. So
That's one of the insane things. Yes.
I can only imagine the editing process of that and trying to keep all of them on the same page.
No, they were great. They were all fucking great. We didn't have to do anything on that, basically.
I mean,
Well,
we just
not
had
not as much as we could have had.
we just pre-recorded an interview with Linda Evans, and she was. That was one of the questions we asked her is, how well do you guys coordinate? And she was all like, "We do it great. We got like Discord channels and all this stuff."
Mhm. Yeah,
and that's beautiful. That's
think
got to be so much better than the text by mail trying to accomplish that before the internet. Like I can only.
in a way,
cringe
I
at the
think
thought.
that this style of the way we did it this time, I think, has only become available to us. Like, basically, like I think that doing the book this way would have been impossible. Basically, during with the techniques available to the 2020 design team, and I think that it's going to be a huge strength of the book. It's amazing how cohesive it feels, despite that. By the way, I know that many writers, and you're like, is it going to feel cohesive? And it's yes. The answer is yes.
I mean, the closest when I did the South America source book for Data Fortress, that was a huge collaboration. The biggest collaboration I've personally been a part of with the Views from the Edge forum, and trying to keep all that together, keep it cohesive. I mean, even with the internet, even with like that was still in the days of we all had AIM and Yahoo Messenger and ICQ and even with those, like it was still a nightmare. Discord, I avoided it forever, but it's a hell of a tool. It's both a forum and a chat and just like I don't know. Discord's great.
Communication device. It's a collaboration
It's a
tool.
communication device without falling into the social media bullshit.
Right. It's not trying to shove ads in your face. It's trying to be functional.
Well,
then
You're
eventually
only getting the
it will-
feeds you want. That's the beauty of it. Like you're not getting a bunch of other shit. At least not right now.
I think eventually that may happen, and then it may die.
Oh, sure. Everything sucks eventually.
When Discord becomes a public company, that has that's usually
like
I sign that okay, we need to find another platform.
Yeah, I mean, I do still remember like MySpace and how quickly it went from like this great tool to what it became, and now Facebook is really heading the same way. So is Twitter, or X or whatever. Speaking of modern times,
oh yes,
how are these tariffs impacting you guys right now?
Not good.
I know that Rusted Chrome has been put on hold because of it.
Oh, yeah. I'm not sure that was the reason Rusted Chrome got put on hold. But
that's what I'm telling myself.
Okay, yeah. Don't beat yourself up over it, okay?
I want that so bad.
Or if you need a writer, I'm sure can help because he is a Nomad fan.
Tariffs have hit everyone hard in physical games. In a way, tabletop role-playing games folk are getting hit less hard. Then I would not want to be making a board game right now. Put it that way.
And we know from
and we can get our books from Canada. So really, we were fine for a while.
Yeah, and then
until
the Canada thing started.
Trump wanted to hit Canada for some reason. That's great. It's
it's beautiful. It's we're in a wonderful place right now.
What has Canada done to us? It's beating up your little brother.
I mean,
don't beat up.
They did burn down the first White House. They won the war of 1812. It's
probably cold.
I think we were holding.
I don't know.
Budge that long.
Playing ice hockey or something. And,
yeah,
I don't know.
I mean that's how we should settle that. It's just a game of ice hockey.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Actually, we should choose any other sport than ice hockey to settle a disagreement with Canada. That would be bad. We'd need all of the Mighty Ducks at the same time.
I mean, everybody's excited that Rick Moranis is coming back for Spaceballs, but I'm excited that he's coming back for Strange Brew.
Oh, he is?
Yeah. He and Dave Thomas announced it. They did a photo op with them in the costumes as Bob and Doug. Like, that's my favorite Rick Moranis role.
I don't know what that is.
Strange Brew? Oh, man. So, just to go off on a tangent a little here. So, back in the late 70s, early 80s, right, you had Saturday Night Live that came out. And then there was a bunch of other kind of shows that tried to do sketch comedy. You had Fridays, which, what channel that? But like Fridays had
Laugh-In with Rowan Atkinson, and
Laugh-In
that's where Goldie Hawn started. I think that's the only good thing about Laugh-In is that Goldie Hawn.
But so there was a show called SCTV, which was Second City TV, and basically it was Canadians. I think it was supposed to be
John Candy, Eugene Levy, Rick Moranis, Dave Thomas, a couple of other big names that have people that have gone on to do great things, and everybody. It was like the Canadian Saturday Night Live. In fact, I'm pretty sure Lorne Michaels produced it.
Yeah,
sounds like a sort of breeding ground for good comedy talent.
Yes. So two of the actors, Dave
kind
Thomas
of like a Second City style thing, but in Canada.
Yeah. So Dave Thomas and Rick Moranis did a sketch with these two Canadian guys, who would just like sit there and drink beer, and talking like
Yeah, it was like they had their own like public access television channel. Basically, it was the prototype for Wayne's World.
Yeah.
Yes.
But it got so popular that they got a movie, and the movie was Strange Brew. And
Yes.
I don't know, it was
hilarious.
insanely popular for like 2 years.
Yeah.
Had Mike
And then
Max Van
completely
Sydow
forgotten.
on there as the bad guy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mel Blanc doing the voice of their
Anyways,
dad.
Yeah. So
I do a good amount of research into the 80s, but I always miss stuff. That is something I have missed.
That was one hell of a tangent we just went on. Sorry, everybody. We're old and we get distracted.
I was about to jump into maybe I should invest in that huge brass cutout in the desert, because I too will forget the names of everyone. The name will definitely be forgotten in 30 years. I need that. We need the monolith. Start investing in the monolith now.
Yeah, I mean, we know how important monoliths are. Like,
yeah. So right. So how's Beetle World?
Oh, Beetle World is going really well. It has. I like to focus on stuff. I am taking a tiny break from writing Beetle World. Because I'm in a system writing thing for, I don't know if it's, I don't want to talk about it because I don't know if it's going to be good, or I want to keep moving on it, but I don't want to announce anything. I'm not going to finish.
You're at that young, gooey stage of a project where it's exciting.
Yeah, young gooey stage. And Beetle World kind of went, the core gameplay is good on Beetle World right now, which, by the way, you can get if you go to jameshuttgames.com. You can sign up for my little newsletter there, and that newsletter always has a link to it's free, and that newsletter always has a link to a huge vault of stuff that I've released through that, which is about 6 or so games, I think. Some fun little board games I've made and stuff like that. So if you want to play some fun free stuff, check it out there. And I always put up links to my latest playable for my current projects. So if you wanted to playtest Beetle World, you can do that, and it is in a much more fun state now than it was before. I think core gameplay is pretty sorted, and now comes the phase of world building and bestiary work and whatnot. And in that process, I learned, I am doing the world building atlas section wrong. And so I am finding a new path toward that. Anyway,
have you seen the guys that are making? They're basically making like battle bots out of dead insect parts.
What?
I saw the U.S. government was doing that.
No, these are like just like little miniature like pieces of art, basically.
Oh, the art piece ones, not the like actual drones.
Yeah, no, I want actual drones made of dead bugs coming at me. Those are on an entirely different level. Yeah. But no, like they'll get some beetles or something and then turn
I have seen those. They're very pretty, but I like collecting. I like collecting beetles in acrylic. That's my things. And I always I don't know. I kind of see them as too much like, ooh, that's a cool specimen to be like. Whenever I see those, it makes me think, what if somebody did that to a cat? I'm going to be very honest with you.
I get that. The only reason I bring it up is because I came across them the other day, and I thought of your game.
I treat the people with the what is it? The beetle shell jewelry, and I'm like, that's just like that's like wearing a real rabbit's foot, right? It's gonna weirds some people out.
I've never seen a fake rabbit's foot. I mean, they'll dye them green, but there's always bones in there.
Yeah.
I don't like rabbit's feet. I don't.
Yeah, no, it's funky, right? There's something weird about that. Maybe it's just my feeling on it.
Yeah, no, I get you.
Anyway, it's going well. It's still in process. More art is coming out. It's getting very spicy, and I'll be excited to. My plan is to return to it on a writing trip that I'll be taking in December.
Cool.
And I'm giving the fall toward another project, which maybe I'll talk about when I get to a playable that I like. And then a week after I like it, I need to make sure I actually like it and don't want to rewrite the whole damn thing, which happened 2 weeks ago.
So where are you headed? Is it someplace beautiful and inspirational, or someplace quiet where you can just hunker down?
Hawaii.
Oh, well, yeah, that's might not get you back.
It's fantastic. I love Hawaii. It's one of the best parts about living on the West Coast is that the flight to Hawaii is shorter.
Yeah, I can. 18-hour flight from.
It's
and in Seattle.
That is not something I will ever undertake living in Arkansas. Let me tell you,
it's worth it.
I'm sure it is, but
in Seattle, there's a second fantastic thing you can do, which is if you're ever really feeling bad, you can drive 2 hours to Portland, which has an In-N-Out.
Yeah. That's I'd never had one before I went to Portland, and In-N-Out's freaking rock.
It's apparently that's the northmost. That is the furthest north In-N-Out, and they can't currently go any further because they're stretched. Like their supply lines are stretched, right? So for me, it's funny to think of it as like this is the northmost outpost that they can. It's like a military thing. We can't get. They can't get
sending out scouts
far north.
I will say it reminded me in the Midwest in Kansas City we had Rallies, which was pretty darn close to an In-N-Out.
I will make no statements on that.
I miss Rallies. They did not last, sadly, because the Midwest just has horrible taste in burgers.
I used to live in Ohio. That's pretty true.
Yeah, so
and the stuff has even worse.
It's good about older burger restaurants are really good there, like diners, burger, smash burger.
Diners are the best place to get a burger. Like that's just going to be true anywhere. Diners and truck stops
existed for the longest period of time that you can find, where the same fucking oil that's been boiling for 30 years. You want that diner, and you can get some crazy stuff.
We had a place here called oh damn, I can't remember the name of it. It doesn't matter because a tornado came through 2 years ago and wiped it off the face of the map. But it had been in business since the Suzy Q's, that was the name of it. It had been in business since the 50s, and it was a 50s style little drive up. You go walk to the order or window and order, but it was the best burgers in the state. And I never will get one again because it literally, the tornado left flat ground. There was nothing left except the concrete foundation.
I didn't know McDonald's had a weather machine.
Well, the parent company of McDonald's.
Got to do something to fight those space lasers.
Yeah. Oh man. So what else is going on?
James Hutt Games is sort of finding its role as a place where I will eventually release things, but I am in the middle of of a couple of different projects over there, and that I can't talk about for two different reasons. So there will be news. There will be news, and there will be good news.
That's awesome.
But I can't talk about it right now. It's not the time.
Understandable.
Well,
But
when you can't talk about it, come back on the show.
It's a great time to join the, join the James Hutt Games newsletter at jameshuntgames.com. You just put in your email. It's always nice, blissful, and short, and it gets you into my Discord for James Hutt Games, and it gets you into the vault, more importantly. And I do like to put out like a Christmas gift thing. So I don't know. I haven't really figured out what I want that to be yet. But last year I put out a board game called Gem Scraping Scoundrels, which is pretty fun.
That's a hell of a title.
Gem Scraping Scoundrels is pretty fun because you take a bunch of those plastic gems, you put them in the center of a table, and you use a credit card to scrape them towards you.
Oh, nice.
And hide them behind a little shield so nobody can tell how much you have. And you're trying to get the second most. Because the scoundrel who gets the most gems gets caught because they can't run away fast enough. And then the scoundrel with the second most gems gets away. The third most gems is jealous of the second scoundrel and thus loses. And then everyone with less than that is just jealous of everyone with more than them.
It's like when you and your friends have to run from a bear. You don't have to be the fastest. You just don't want to be the slowest.
Right. So it combines a fun kinetic game with a classic push your luck mechanic, and it's got art by Nick Freeman, and all the rules are on one page. You're meant to print it out, laminate it, and then there you go.
That's fantastic. I love small games like that.
I was kind of inspired by the cheap ass games.
Oh my God! Somebody else who's heard of cheap ass games.
Yeah.
Sorry, that I loved that line. Those are some of my favorite games of all time. I miss my copy of Ben Hurt so much.
Ben Hurt.
There's anyway. And what else is in there in the vault right now? There's the X Dice games. There's Glance, which is the playing card tabletop role-playing game. It fits on a playing card, and it details these cool dice. I didn't invent, but I think there's only like very few people using this. Where they're blank, except on one face they have an X.
Yep.
And if the shtick is if the X shows up on any of the dice you're rolling, you fail. And the harder something is, the more dice you have to roll.
Nice.
And that is the knife edge smallest amount you can have for a traditional like success fail storytelling game. And that's what it is. It's great for camp counselors and youth groups. So if you're a camp counselor, this is apparently the game for you. And then there is a board game that uses the X Dice system to tell fun Punch-Out style stories, which is New York themed, as I thought it would be funny. It is called Punch In, Battle for the Boroughs. And it's about being a boxer in New York, in a world loosely inspired by the weirdness of the Punch-Out universe, without any of the racism. It focuses on. Look, I'll put
That's a
it this:
nice
it does
caveat.
have stereotypes, okay, but it doesn't have like racial stereotypes. It
Yeah,
has
nothing overt.
type
Nothing.
of person. This is the type of person who lives in the Bronx. This is the type of person
Yeah,
who lives on Staten Island. It has those stereotypes.
Right.
that's a nice change. That sounds very exciting. I love games like that.
It's yeah. So that's
The one
those
thing,
are the other reasons to go there other than just Beatles.
the other thing that missing from the last time was Sugarworm Valley. Villagers there.
Yes. Yes, Sugarworm Village is not in the vault right now, because as I have said in newsletters past, next time you hear about Sugarworm, you'll hear good news.
Oh,
And
That's one of those in development things. Then that's awesome.
Sometimes things can't be free forever.
right.
No, that's. I mean, that's the goal of it is get enough interest in it to fully flesh it out. That's beautiful.
So we shouldn't
There
be
you go.
talking about it because good news,
Not on Shadow Scar's birthday.
right? Understandable. Yeah. So
Which, by the way, if you've joined in, I'm kidding, but the Shadow Scar Kickstarter is on right now. Go check it out.
yes, again, go get the book. The art is awesome, and it definitely. So, so now we move on not from your games, but to our Talsorian Presents. So I assume
Yes.
that. Hang on.
Oxlade Violent.
That was near.
Yeah,
Yes.
definitely want some caveman versus dinosaur action.
Yes, it is. And we are targeting Q1 next year, and we are laying out the book now, and we've got like 3 or so pieces of art that are still coming in, but everything is looking up and up for that one. We're out of testing. I like where the game is at, and I'm just really happy for it to get closer and closer. We're just sort of in the stage of looking it into the bat at this point.
I mean, you're definitely going to be throwing out a unique title. While I've run caveman games, I've never seen like a prehistoric role playing game on any scale worth mentioning, and certainly not one that was done right.
Yeah, this one's an interesting take for sure. I like to think of this one as this is a game about the dinosaurs that you're fighting, and your role in the game is to interact with them.
Nice.
And the game gives you the tools to interact with them in whatever ways you want. But the real stars of the show are the enemies here, right? They all get star treatment. All of the dinosaurs in the game have a unique critical injury table that they cause to you.
Ooh.
Because a T-Rex does not critically injure you in the same method that a Stegosaurus would.
No, that's a lot of thought put into it. I like that.
There's a lot of choices in your sort of loadout that you use when you go to fight these dinosaurs, and your loadout changes your play style.
It almost sounds like Pokemon with kaiju.
I like to think it sounds a lot more like Monster Hunter, personally, because you are what you're wearing.
I'm not familiar with Monster Hunter. I've seen the ads. I haven't watched any of it.
Monster Hunter is a fantastic game series. You should check it out.
I will do that.
And you're moving around the world and having little story vignettes. The point of the game is that combat against the big dinosaurs as you're going around and kind of doing little quests and having little bits of interaction. But we're there for moving plastic dinosaurs around a table using our bare hands. By the way,
Absolutely.
you move with your hand. You take your plastic dinosaur toy, and you put it on the back, that's front leg on the back of your palm, and then you hop it over your hand so that its back leg is the tip of your middle finger, and that's called moving a hand. And everybody moves this way in the game, and it keeps you having to physically touch the game table as you play. And game doesn't really do numbers. You're rolling dice, and what the dice say is what the dice are. So you're never having to do any non-caveman like activities like addition. And that's entirely
Brilliant.
intentional.
You come up with some crazy ass game mechanics. I'll tell you that.
I appreciate that. And this is a beer and pretzels level experience that can have a deeper level of gameplay once you get into it. But this is a fun one-shot and a fun three-shot, and maybe if you put time in, you could discover all the little corners. But I certainly, as a fully fleshed game, this is definitely fully fleshed. Lots of flesh.
Well, you guys ran it at Gen Con, didn't you?
Yeah, we've been running it at cons in its final state for a while now, and it's people like it when they play it. If that ends up being like, that's how you know a thing is going to be good, is if it's fun to like look at when people are playing it. If that's a driver of sales, we're going to do pretty good. But very physical, like you look at the table and you go, oh, that's fun. I want to move around a plastic dinosaur.
I mean, I just, yeah.
I want to touch the plastic.
I'm sold.
I think everyone loves dinosaurs.
They do. That's true.
Hits me on that. The inner child in me is screaming and jumping up and down right now.
The world itself is kind of inner child oriented, but not like entirely direct. It's not like Axe Cop where it's told as if you are a kid. But it's definitely like what you thought about while playing with dinosaur toys.
Sure.
So there are other physical aspects that bring that in. Beginning of every combat, there's this phase where the game master has this timer that they set. And during that timer, they go around the room and they grab objects from around the room to build the environment. And while they're doing that, the other players are only allowed to speak in character.
As dinosaurs?
No, as cavemen.
It's like a live action version of Army Men, the video game from way back. I say way back.
I love that game.
Truly,
I love
truly.
The Nintendo 64 one is so good.
Having something similar to that as a fully fleshed out tabletop game. French kiss, buddy. French kiss.
And then, of course, your
Chef's
imagination.
Kiss. French kiss. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I was gonna touch that one.
Moving along.
Chef kiss.
Your imagination comes in and overlays over the paper cups and whatnot the GM stacked onto the table and the books that they made a channel with, and went, okay, there's a canyon and those are hills.
Right.
And because you're moving with your hand, you can curve your hand to go up on things.
Oh.
So there's
Man,
a 3D.
that is such a crazy mechanic, and it sounds fun.
fun to play.
I will ask why you said earlier that you don't have to touch the table. What is that like a thing? Like not wanting to touch the table?
No, I said that you are required to touch the table during every action.
Oh, okay,
The game is
My
about
bad. I
touching
misheard.
physically. I might have thought one thing and said the opposite. I do that sometimes.
Yeah.
Oh, left.
Yeah.
I mean, right. That's me all the time. Because in my brain, I'm
Okay.
like, don't say left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well.
No, I believe we just had one of those instances with me. So yeah, I get you.
Yeah.
Hold your hands up with your thumbs out and look at them, and
Which one makes
the one that looks like an L is the left one.
There you go.
So that's cool. A lot of success with Gen Con. Is there anything else Artesorian presents coming out with?
In terms of what we've announced, we're talking about we're treating sort of fossilized violence as the opener to the line, and I think we'll let that sit before we talk about what's coming next. But we do have some ideas.
Makes sense.
Cool.
Well, we have plans.
Yeah.
Test run.
Are you guys heading to PAX Unplug? There.
We were going to. This year, we're just sending people to do business meetings. We're not having a booth. We got hit really hard with COVID after the last show. We lost a bunch of time. And we were looking at the release of Shadow Scar as coming right near Unplugged. And we didn't want to get into a situation where we jeopardize Shadow Scar in any way.
Okay.
Launch-wise. So this year, no. But we'll be back, probably. I'm not gonna buys the booths, so I don't know that. But I had a great time last year, so.
Is there any word on the Edgerunner 2077 source book or whatnot?
That I can't talk about.
Okay.
That is a pretty great thing. I am not gonna steal their thunder. I designing on the line. I do not edit the line.
All right. So it sounds like we need to get Jay back on the show.
You got to get Jay back.
About that.
I'm sure you'll
go and talk to Rob.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure
Mr. Barefoot, we're back. We're talking again. We love having you guys on.
Yeah, just finding out about the information. So, what are you watching or reading?
Watching and reading. I'm playing this game called Viewfinder lately. It's a pretty fun puzzle game. I think right now it's free on PlayStation as the monthly PlayStation Plus game. Okay. But it's fun. It's like a 3D puzzle game where you can pick up photographs and then press a button to like put them in the 3D space. Their contents in the 3D space and then solve puzzles doing that.
Really?
I think it's fun. It's just charming and well made and solid. I've always been a big. It gives me the same vibes as playing Portal for the first time.
Okay.
So.
That's rolling.
Figuring out little puzzles and stuff like that.
What?
Figuring out puzzles as opposed to beating up bad guys.
Yeah, I like games that don't have guns in them, because I've played a whole lot of games that have guns in them, and I've played enough of them to go, this game is like the other 6 games that I've played that had guns in them.
Yep.
Here.
And I stopped
the
playing
difference
that
is
other
that this
game.
one is brown and the other one is a different color.
Looking at Viewfinder gives me the same, not obviously not mechanically, but like vibe wise, it gives me that same feeling that like Stray did.
Yeah, it's got that in there. There's a cute little cat too.
Everybody loves cute little cat.
Everybody loves cats, you know?
Yeah.
Boop did so well, board game wise. It's got cats. It was impressive to me that that a abstract strategy game could sell that well if they put a cat on the cover. But
I mean, sometimes that's all it
I mean,
takes.
there you go. That's what you need. You want to make an ah
It's no longer cheesecake on the cover. It's cats. That's
yeah,
the
yeah.
new
It's
thing.
things have changed. Things have changed. Yes.
So, besides this, anything else you're like getting into? Like
Um,
from
in terms of books, I have been getting into a. This is gonna sound weird, but I've been reading older Conan the Barbarian
Ooh,
um
like the Robert E.
comics,
Howard
like
stuff.
The Marvel run.
Oh, even better, Savage Sword of
In
Conan.
Conan. And those have been fun. Those have been fun. I like um
Savage Sword
I
of
like
Conan
I
was one
like
of the first comics I started collecting. It's what got me into it.
it's very modern in some ways and very not modern in other ways. Like it's completely like it's a mature adult story, and then it's also a Saturday morning cartoon.
A little bit, yeah. There's a little bit of that action
Um,
going on.
it is it feels to me like most of the characters are in a gritty world, and then a select few of the characters are like the wizard that wants to hurt the Smurfs.
Gargamel?
Yeah, his
I just
Gargamel, right?
I just really loved the art, like the black,
And the art.
especially Savage Sword because it was black and white, so you really got to see like uh, John
Mhm.
Buscema's and Rudy Nebrish, Ernie Chan. You got to see their line work, which was so detailed and so gorgeous, but at the same time had like it made you feel kind of dirty inside, like just like everything was had that layer of filth that the original that first Conan movie had, which was one
Yeah.
of the reasons it was successful as opposed to Conan the Destroyer, which was just garbage because everything was
Yeah,
too clean.
I definitely have noticed the difference between issues that have like a bad inker
Yeah,
and
that'll make a big
I mean the
difference.
color, the bad like I kind of am starting to understand the I forget people have a huge problem with this on Spider-Man, right? On the
Hmm.
Ditko Spider-Mans where Ditko's
Oh,
line work would be like wrecked by
yeah,
an inker that was should not have been on Spider-Man.
certainly shouldn't have been working with Ditko.
Yeah, but
I think where his
at that
work really
in that
shined
era
was the horror comics he did.
they're just trying to get stuff out the door, right? Like
Hmm.
there's a bullpen and they're in a bullpen. This isn't like we'll digitally retouch, right? They're
No, it's just a bunch of sweaty dudes in a
yeah.
shitty
The
fucking office.
character of J. Jonah Jameson comes from somewhere, and it's well, it probably is a joke about somebody's editor.
Yeah, I believe it's he's like a stand-in for Stan Lee, and that's just what that comes down to. Steve Ditko was not very subtle.
Yeah. Uh.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Anyway.
That's been in terms of the book stuff I've been getting into lately. Books and video games. I've been watching a lot of movies. I watched Him recently.
Okay.
And it got there was some serious studio interference in the back half of that movie.
Yeah,
And I really don't like how they kind of marketed it as a producer as like, oh, this person produced it, but they didn't direct.
Yeah, they didn't. Producing just means they threw money at it. That's what that means. And occasionally like interfered with like the artistic
No,
vision
no,
of
no.
whatever's being
That's
made.
not what this producer did. They got a director to produce it, like Jordan Peele. And Jordan Peele is like has a huge important name in horror movies right now.
Yep.
Yeah.
And so they marketed the hell out of the fact that he was producing it. But like the guy who was directing it has done a bunch of good movies. It's not like
Yeah, he's
it's
not
just
bad.
a very weird choice to market it that way. I sat down thinking that I was going to watch a Jordan Peele movie. I was tricked.
Yeah.
I was tricked by the marketing, admittedly. And then in the back half, apparently the studio made them change the ending, which I definitely could tell.
I tell you what, I just last weekend we went and watched The Long Walk.
Oh,
I recommend that movie.
it's good. Oh,
yeah.
I was like, I don't know
I was
about
the
this.
same way. I had to practically get dragged to the theater because that's one of my favorites. Like I love the Bachman books, and that's probably my favorite Stephen King story of all time. It's just so very brutal, and the movie does not shy away from that. It doesn't. Like it doesn't follow the movie exactly. Like it's not the Langoliers or anything like that. They take some liberties, but the core story remains the same and the focus remains the same. And all these actors that I've never heard of, like the biggest name in the movie is Mark Hamill. Anyway, I recommend it. Go see it.
One Battle After Another I saw recently too was pretty good. I
I
liked
haven't
it.
heard of that one.
That was good. Good stuff.
Yeah, I
Excellent.
think the last movie.
Yeah, I liked that one.
That was a fantastic one.
Yeah, I'm
That is everything I ever
pitching
wanted
on
in a
films.
Superman movie.
Because right before that, I finished off the most recent Black Mirror series.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Mm.
I mean, that series
Yeah,
was crazy for like cyberpunk inspiration.
Yeah, every
Yeah,
episode
right.
is.
I would be honest, I try not to watch Black Mirror for that reason. I can't.
No, I can see that. You don't want to
I don't want to. You don't want to get into the habit of doing that.
muddy the waters.
Yeah, I want my. Frankly, when I'm writing Cyberpunk, I'm trying to consume its original inspirations to continue the legacy of those inspirations rather than, like, I don't know, watching a more modern Cyberpunk thing.
Yeah, so this recent interviewee of one of your stable of freelance writers, you guys have a packet of Cyberpunk writer.
Yes, that is a Jay Gray thing. I'm pretty sure my Bible is somewhere in that packet, but I do not know the modern contents of the packet.
Is that ever going to become a product or of some sort?
I had a hugely draconian like onboarding process earlier on in the edition, and this is a vast improvement to that.
So it's more draconian.
No, it's a lot easier to go through, and it's not like I want you to have you watched Blade Runner.
Right.
I'm afraid you're going to need to watch Blade Runner. All right, you don't need to read the entirety of these books, but you need to read these chapters.
Right.
You know, I would love to see that list. That sounds amazing. Just to be able to check off what I have accomplished.
You probably have. You're doing great. it was hard choosing on that list. The issues of Transmetropolitan that were must reads.
I mean, that's every single one of them.
I know, but if you're not, I mean,
It's my favorite book of all time.
it's my favorite comic. I think it's a perfect comic. It
It's
gets
pretty
more
much
prescient every year.
the issue where he goes to the religious convention. I think
Yeah.
that should be a must read for everybody.
I like the issue around 20 or so. They do when they do the like vignettes of the people that aren't Spider.
Yeah,
That's really interesting. And I like of course the at the end the ending is fantastic. Won't get into it. Do not want to spoil that. You just need
No.
basically, if you haven't read it, it's 100 issues. It tells a complete story, beginning, middle, and end. It's one of the few things I consider like a completed magnum opus.
Yeah,
Something that didn't get 80% finished and then die. This is 100% full steam all the way through. This is not like the first two issues are them learning how to draw, and then by the end of it, they're great. The whole thing is consistently brilliant.
I mean, it's Warren Ellis and Derek Robertson at their absolute primes.
At the prime. Absolutely.
It's the best thing either of them have done, and they've both gone on to do fantastic things since. But that's the peak. That's the cornerstone. That's my favorite. Right. It's my favorite book. Period. Even non-comic book books. It's my favorite book.
That one's I think it's that is, so that's the reason I don't like to like read more like modern cyberpunk stuff. Is that like,
damn it, you make me feel old.
They've gone into a lot of times, like if you go into the more futurism stuff, like a altered carbon, right,
sure.
Like that's almost a different genre that hasn't gotten its own name yet.
Yeah, we call that cyberpunk adjacent. It's got some things that keep it from being pure cyberpunk, like faster than light travel and the body swapping and all that. But
the alien,
that's a space story at that point.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, the alien technology that they found kind of just throws it off. Because both me and Derek agree that alien superpowers and magic are
they're not what we want typically out of our cyberpunk. Like sometimes they're tolerable.
I like the gritty. I like the gritty stuff. I like definitely all of the excising all of the like, and now we're gonna have psychics. The amount of like psychic powers that were in Cyberpunk was almost a whole different thing. There's a lot of Cyberpunk, but there's psychics in it.
Or there's monsters and aliens. Like Split Second would have been
really cool in the 80s. Okay, psychic powers were really cool in the 80s.
Like Split Second would have been the perfect cyberpunk movie up until they introduced the killer is a demon monster alien looking thing.
Yeah.
Right, come in peace.
Yeah.
Those wonderful E-rated movies. But yeah.
Oof, I think I might need a bio break, gents.
Sure. Got another half hour, so I'll do a quick run and then come back, or
let me. Nature has called. I'll be back in 10 seconds.
All right.
Yeah. So
I mean, that was the one thing about like the '80s and the media was they just I don't think they knew what cyberpunk was quite yet, right?
No, they
Defining it.
were kind of throwing everything against the wall to see what would stick. And I don't know. It was like that with fantasy towards the late '80s and '90s, where nothing could just be straight. Like Beastmaster, all the sequels that like had him coming to the present day or all that, just no, it didn't work. And of course, it didn't work because you're mixing some shit that shouldn't be mixed.
Well, I think it was more as a genre, right? Is mad science that's kind of being worked on at theoretical levels. Because I know, like in the '70s, back in the '50s, had psychics and
Mm-hmm.
the telekinesis, a sham. Um,
Yuri
but
Geller bending
yeah,
spoons.
how quick populace buying in. I mean, I think that was still a bit of a day and age. People who certain scientific are not at all accurate. Whereas I think back in the '70s, well, let's apply some scientific testing to it. It is real. Study it. Find out. Oh yeah, a lot of this is fake. This guy's scamming people.
Yeah, yeah. Um, and that continued into the '80s with all the psychic hotlines. Call Miss Cleo and waste all your money. I never understood how those things could exist, but
Well, you're playing on
yeah,
people's
people are
hopes.
stupid.
No, it's not.
Yeah,
People are stupid. People are playing on hope, and
yeah.
you know.
Hey,
I don't
my
know. I
mic
also
works.
think there's
Yes, we can hear you.
yes, sir.
All
I
right.
also think there is a level of stupidity because these are the same people like horoscopes and believing that they're like actual things that predetermine your destiny and shit like that.
Well,
I have
Uh,
this. I have this really fun device that my grandmother had uh, called a biomate.
that sounds very
And
cyberpunk.
what a biomate is it's three gears that each have like a colored line on it undulating on the same axle, and they're different size gears. So when you spin them, they get delayed a bit and from each other and form different like numbered amounts. And it's supposed to represent, oh, this is the green line represents your physical your just so you can know where your physical aptitude is at today. And the blue one is mental and the green one is spiritual. And you're supposed to calibrate it based on like your birthday and then count forward.
Sure, it wasn't
Get the
measuring your
little
theta waves.
No, it's cool because it's like a hand cranked calendar to measure a weird thing that doesn't exist. It's cool in that way that it
I mean, that
looks like
sounds awesome. I would love, like, if you still got it, take a picture of that and send it to me because I am
I
dying to know
do.
what that actually.
I do still have it.
Uh,
I got it from her things just simply because I like the idea of the
yeah,
mechanics of it. And
it
it
sounds
could
like
be a
something from
really.
Ghostbusters.
So I was thinking, um, of a. This was a stupid idea. I'm not making this. Um, but I was thinking of how many different things that we have like in common with other people in different amounts of groups. I'll be specific. On what day of the week were you born? There's 7 options, right?
Yep.
what month were you born in. There's 12 options, right?
Sure.
Things like that. You could attach those to gameplay things and then say you don't get to create your own character. What I need you to do is input the day that you were born, and from that I will calculate what your character in this fictional world is.
Oh,
Huh.
that is an awful crazy random generator there.
Essentially, it would be like Richard Garfield, good game designer, made a pretty good card game, Magic the Gathering.
I was not thinking of that one. I thought it was Netrunner.
Yeah, Netrunner. That's the one we.
You know what? I like Netrunner. I now like Netrunner too, but I'm gonna give it to Magic on that one. Maybe purely on cultural impact standards. So anyway, he later made a game called Keyforge. And in Keyforge, instead of building your own deck, you get a serialized deck that is randomly generated from the game store. And that deck is always going to be in that, you splay out all the cards and they all marked that they're part of deck 1247.
Yeah.
And you can't mix them around. And if you want a different experience, you can buy a different deck. Interestingly enough, of course, what this is to solve is meta decking.
Yeah.
Now, we have our own problem with meta decking in tabletop role-playing games, right?
Sure.
Oh, everybody wants to play the exact same character because somebody on the internet said it was the best, or because it has the most health, or because it's the best at dodging, and we are afraid of getting.
I want to be Drist.
Build like character builds bullshit.
Character builds. It would be like the opposite of that. It would be, hey, no, this is the character you can play. Or you can play, or you can, input your mother's birthday and your father's birthday, and you can play either of those. And then at that point, I fell into a really, really funny problem with that, of course, and that's that some people don't know their father and some people don't know their mother. Some people don't know either of their parents. And they would only have one option.
Yeah.
So I had a chuckle to myself the other day about that. Anyway, I think that might be like a solution to metagaming in a extreme sense. Like,
it kind of reminds me of like first edition Dungeons and Dragons, where you roll the dice and where they land is what you get. You get it one shot, and that's it. You just are what the dice say you are.
Kind of like that. It gives me the idea, if it was tuned to you and your birthday in some way, you would feel more comfortable with the character. Like you'd be like, honestly, this would be the hell of a mechanic if you were making an isekai tabletop role-playing game. No, these roles represent you going through or getting hit by the car. Let's be honest. Going through the portal into this other world. In this other world, you have these capabilities. And then you make do with that. I think that's cool. I kind of don't know where to put it yet, but it might show up in something in the future. Like I said, it is stupid. But it's only stupid until I can find a place for it.
Or you figure out the mechanics to give it.
I was gonna say, if you have one strength, it's coming up with these really crazy mechanics that work and are fun.
Secretly, I have a bunch of them that are fun and work, but can't find a home in anywhere.
Yeah.
So
So James, Edgerunners HQ has a question. You don't have to answer if you don't want to, but is there any way you can out difference between the combat drugs from pharmacy versus combat drugs that below 5?
yes, I will. Thank you. I will. Thank you for the prompt. I appreciate that. First off, and we've got new drugs that are like the Hornets Pharmacy ones, but we also have ones that are just chemical weapons, and I'm doing them like drugs because I want them to use a After Effects primary effects structure. So we are saying drugs, but really we mean a couple of drugs and chemical weapons. Because of course, chemical weapons are a big part of cyberpunk history that don't get that have not gotten their shine.
Because it's not a tabletop game until.
Right. In fact, I did at one point go, what are the things that are war crimes? And let me make sure that they're in there. I did go looking. I looked at their list. Like I looked at the UN's list of like what specific types of weapons are considered war crimes. And I'm like, yep, okay. I went through it like a shopping cart. It's like, yep, gotta make sure we have dum-dum bullets. Can we call them something else? Okay, good.
Sounds fun.
And, yeah, there's a lot of those things are there for a reason, it turns out.
Mine to have more dystopian in your future.
There'll be more dystopian in your future in Solo Fortune 2045.
I mean, that's the ticket that we all bought. That's the ride we all signed up for.
So,
Yep.
About another 15 minutes. Do you have any questions for me or Derek?
I have I do not. I'm happy to answer anything that you want to ask me, but I'm not prepared for questions for you.
Oh, you didn't know there was going to be a quiz?
I didn't know there was going to be a quiz. Oh gosh, should I have? What?
Oh, that's
How do you guys prep for your Cyberpunk games?
So I just finished up a 3-year High Rider campaign. So I'm kind of taking a break right now for my games. Generally, I come up with like a kind of a overarching concept or goal, right? So this High Rider campaign was basically the capture of Dune, which the players were part of the resistance, overthrew the ESA. So building up to that, and then no matter what people say, every group has various complexity to it. So I kind of took and I also look for inspiration, right? So I took the concept of nomad nations in the world and kind of applied nations into High Riders. And then breaking it down like, okay, if I'm treating them as nomads, then you're also going to have tribes in each nation. And the various factions, and those factions were being played by the ESA on the station to kind of prevent, revolting, right? So that was one of the tactics that the ESA used to kind of make sure that, he stayed in power, because the ESA was a small group. I think that's explained in the lore about it's 20 or 40 to 1. High Riders versus ESA. We kind of played that out. So when I'm developing that story, that's where it starts basing on, getting into the various details and pulling from things I've been inspired by. So like for this campaign, I rewatched and watched multiple versions of God, Expanse, right? Because
Good
I
one.
feel like the Expanse really captured what I could see Cyberpunk space is, High Rider Society.
Mhm.
I tried to get to watch Outland again, Sean Connery, but that was all, and I was to pay the crazy price they were asking for a movie that's
Wow.
been around since years.
That's the Sean Connery exclusive streaming
Yep.
service, just all
Yeah,
Sean Connery
well,
all the time.
I mean, it was like I don't
Sean
know, $5.
Flicks.
Yeah, well, no, it was. I think it was on Prime. You bought it, and I think it was over $5. I'm like,
Yeah,
30-year-old movie? Really? You're gonna charge me $5? Um, so that kind of like I was like, yeah, no, I'm not gonna give in to your greed, Prime. Just to
I
watch
was
that movie again.
I was trying to watch heavy metal, and that same thing happened to me.
Yeah.
Mm.
I rewatched it. Great.
So I get the inspiration from the media, right? And then from there, I have the basic idea of the campaign, and then basically putting the players into the situation, and then feeding off of the players and what they kind of do. And that's when they throw out ideas to me during gameplay that I didn't even think of, but they're like, oh yeah, this guy's conspiracying in this way, and like, oh, I never thought about that, and doing some prep work on that. But once the first few sessions start going, then it's more me ad-libbing through the sessions, and not always doing a spending hours preparing for a game. It's more or less
Right.
reviewing my notes, what else is going on in the background that the players may not know that might be part of this session. But they usually have some type of goal or some objective that they had from the previous session that they're working in the next session. So that's just steamrolls in through the game. So that's kind of how I do my games.
I like it. It's reactive enough that you can be you can roll with what the players are giving you. Because they're telling you what they want to play, right?
Yes. Yeah, exactly.
They're helping you just like you're helping them. That's I've been trying to figure out the right way to say to new players, this is a collaborative experience, if not directly, definitely in improvisation.
Exactly.
And the game is always at its best when everyone is being heard and feels like their character is motivated to be there, and feels like they could take center stage in any moment, if they choose to or if they need to,
Yeah, and
because
then
everybody else has a slice of
al-
pizza in their mouth.
yeah, and it also helps push the players to do things, right? 'Cause
Yeah.
if you're a DM and you're just blathering about the contents of something or pushing them along into your story, oftentimes you'll get those players who kind of just shut off, right? Like, okay, I'm here just to sit and watch the movie and not be a part of it.
I definitely like it the most when the game master is 40% of the time the one talking, because they need to be able to react to the players, and that gives the majority of the motion is coming from the players, because frankly there are more of them than you.
Yep. James, I have a question from our audience.
Fantastic.
Will we, as in the community, will we ever get a guide for how to price homebrew tech? As a GM, this was always a thing that frustrated me.
Um, I think that would be very difficult to write and target to everyone's preferences simultaneously. There is no one right answer in that space. It kind of depends on the power level of your campaign. It depends on the amount of money in your campaign. It depends on the level of the characters in your campaign. It's that one's really hard. I mean, it would be very easy for me to write it and not have it be particularly relevant to everyone, but that wouldn't be the right way to do that. And I think currently what we have is the rules in the tech are like, hey, this is a collaborative effort. If your thing is too strong, you have to explain how it works to the game master. They have to work with you to make it, and then they price it. And if it's too much, they can always pull it down a notch. I think that is the simplest way. Basically, we already have the simple answer that I think is good. And coming up with the complex answer that is also simple and also good is way more difficult than a DLC.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. The problem is not everybody is at the same table that you are. If everyone was, and I think uniquely in Cyberpunk, everyone is not. Like in D&D, even between D&D groups, there are some groups that don't give 5th level characters magic items.
Yep.
Back in 3.5, there was a bunch of forum arguments over when you're supposed to get a +1 sword. Right?
Yeah.
I played Dungeons and Dragons in high school with a fantastic GM that really liked gritty low fantasy stuff, but was forced to play D&D because we were all in high school and did not at that moment understand that we could play a different game. And of course we're all like teenage jerks, right? And we're looking through the 3.5 content, and we all look at each other and go, technically, with the amount of money that we're getting from this adventure and the amount of treasure, wouldn't it be really beneficial if we all took this vow of poverty? Because we're already poor anyway. From the divine book, right?
Yeah.
But I see that it's like a world style that he was going for, you know? And at that point, none of us had the communication skills to actually talk to each other. That's what we were going for.
Right. I think
that was a crazy campaign. We had a wacky physics teacher that would play with us. Like, the campaign was a bunch of high school students and their physics teacher, who wasn't the GM. Was just one of the players. And he would make handmade little clay miniatures for all of the monsters.
Nice.
That was so cool. That guy was so cool.
Yeah. I think one of the problems, and I think, with 2020, there were rules on how to create programs, how to create a cyber deck, how to create, vehicles, ACPAs, drugs, that don't necessarily fully see fleshed out yet in Ed. And I remember a supplement from DC Heroes in which there was just one book on how to create stuff, right? However, like you said, each table is going to be different. And how do you put a value or a difficulty or a cost on something that's being made up? Like, I don't know, device to be able to brainwave of a person, attach it to the head, right?
Mhm.
Close to our technology, so game wise. And then again, once you make the rules, those rules can always be abused. Like with the drug rules in 2020,
Yeah,
how you
you're
how you
getting
made
you're getting
the
into
most
why I'm not doing it
deadliest,
like
yeah.
that.
How you make the world's most deadliest thing is by giving this drug all the penalties, and it causes $0 to make.
Right,
Um,
right. That's definitely a problem as well. It's that if I create a calculator, the first thing it does is it makes you not make anything but the things that are made from the calculator. That is not the point of the tech. The point of the tech is for you to make something that I didn't think you would make, and for your GM to make the decision on what it is priced at. That's the magic. The magic of the tech is that it does not involve me. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Yeah, I like
It
that.
um the and I also like to think that I've given every time we make a new thing that is priced, we're giving an example for how to do that as a game master.
Yeah. So
Um,
my advice, and I'm sure maybe James will agree, is find something that's comparable in the game and just price it in that area.
yeah, that's what I mean by use your examples. Um, totally. I will before you get too far away from your High Rider campaign that featured ESA. I will say that both of those groups are at least mentioned in Solo Fortune 2045.
Ooh.
Oh, hell yes. Nice.
So when I start up a red campaign for the children of these
the children.
revolutionaries, yeah. Um,
There's a foundation.
is a foundation.
Something.
Yeah.
Something. I mean, we can't, when we're talking about things all over the world, we can't go into too much detail, but adventure hooks. It's in an adventure hook section.
Yeah.
All right.
Anyway, I think that's the best way to do the hiring hall type stuff.
Yeah. So, Derek, do you want to discuss your process?
Oh,
Yeah,
my
tell us.
process is first thing I do is create an entire source book to give to the players.
Yeah.
I've done it twice for games that Will is in, so he can
With
attest.
all the NPCs, all their stats.
Yeah, all the NPCs that the characters are gonna know off the bat and regularly keep in touch with, and then I add to that source book as the campaign goes on. As far as like actual like story wise, I just lay out a rough series of events. Like these things are going to happen whether the players do anything about it or not. Some of it they can change, some of it they can't. And then go from there. I like to let the players fill in the blanks and then write the session as it's happening based on as a reaction to what the players are doing, which then becomes the players reacting to what I'm doing. So it's very organic. But as far as like individual session prep, I very rarely I order pizza, make some nachos, something.
When you've done that much pre-work for the campaign, you really can just improvise.
Yeah, that's what it boils down to. I mean, for the Nomad campaign, because Nomad gear is so it's all like handmade or at least hand modified. Like I went down to like the weapons that the people in his group were carrying, like as individual items. That's where I fall into my own trap. I get so into that kind of thing that I really give too much information no one would ever need, but I like having. So
Right.
if I were to try and do that for every session, we'd never play.
we have that problem in Red where like there's a bunch of items that probably everyone would have.
Yeah.
Like I don't if you walk outside and you go, "Do you have a cell phone on you?" You're probably going to hear yes. Or stop talking to me. One of the two.
I am definitely a proponent of if it's not written down on your sheet, you don't have it.
I get that for player characters, but
I can
for NPCs,
generalize.
there's a reason we
yeah.
don't give giant gear lists that include like toothpick, floss.
Sure, I get you, but sometimes that stuff is important.
True.
If it's not important, you don't have to mention it. But if it is important, you want to be sure to write that down somewhere.
Yep. So.
Yeah. Go ahead.
So we're at time. Thank you again, James, for coming on and talking.
Oh, shit, that was fast.
Yeah, I know. 2 hours, man. Crazy, isn't it? Again, thanks for joining us, James. It's always a pleasure catching up on things. Hopefully, next time we have you on, you'll have a lot more stuff you can talk about.
Yeah, sorry I couldn't really.
No, that's the way it is. We're talking to the people who are working on the stuff now.
Yes.
And that's there's gonna be secrets. There's gonna be, the wall of stuff they can say, and on the other side is the wall of stuff they can't say.
Yep. So it's always fun. Also to hear just talking stuff, learning about
going off on tangents and whatnot.
Movies to watch recently.
Oh yeah.
Always fun because every time we have somebody new, it's like, oh, what's your favorite Cyberpunk now? And they'll list something, and I'm like, I've never heard that. I gotta go check that out. So, definitely.
Keeping a notepad handy.
Exactly. So, thanks again, everyone. Go check out James. He's at our Talsorian products. Coming out directly. Also, check out jameshutt.com.
JamesHuttGames.com.
Go sign up for the newsletter and get into the vault. There are, like I said, that there are quite a few games that are in the vault. Yeah, and that's the other thing with being off my campaign. That's with some of your Beetle World. I definitely. Hopefully my players will just find it. Also fossilized violence is coming out next year.
That's right.
Q1
next year.
I'm looking forward to that. I know my wife would love dinosaur games. Get her into gaming. Find that pique her interest. Likely she's going to play. So, so that's it for James. I'm CyberSmiley. You can check me out at cybersmiley.net. I have a bunch of Red, Cyberpunk 20s, and Army Builder for Cyberpunk Red Combat Zone. Actually done a little updates on. I am on various Discords. Anything that has like Cyberpunk Discord, publicly known. I'm worker at CyberSmiley. Yeah, most Cyberpunk credits there, as well as guy. Rick.
All right, I am Derek Bernier, aka Wisdom000. I run DataFortress2020.com, the largest, most comprehensive cyberpunk site on the out there. It is the home to source books, rules, gear, essays, anything you could want for your Cyberpunk game. Plus, we host the archive, the Data Fortress file archive, which is about to get updated with close to 700 files. It's going to be a huge update, so keep your eye out for that.
A lot of red stuff, right?
A lot of red stuff. We're gonna the Data Fortress 2020. While my stuff, the stuff I write, is still primarily 2020 stuff. I'm expanding. I mean, it's always been expanded. Like we had V3 stuff and 2013 stuff, CyberGen stuff, but there's a whole lot of red stuff coming. Adventures, gear, rules, all sorts of crap. In the best way possible. I'm on Facebook. I run the Data Fortress 2020 Facebook group. I'm mod or admin the Cyberpunk 2020 and Cybernation Uncensored Facebook groups, so you can find me at any of those. I'm on Reddit, on the various Cyberpunk sites there, and on Discord. Anything to do with the franchise, you can generally find me. I'm not on Twitter. I'm not on any of that. I am on Blue Sky. Please, if you have ideas, criticism, comments, complaints, suggestions, anything, hit us up. We love talking to anybody who wants to talk Cyberpunk with us. We'd like to thank James Hutt for showing up again. It's always great when he's on the show. And I'd like to take a somber moment. I just recently found out that we lost one of the foundation masters, Paul Romine, aka
Nightflyer.
Well, yeah, aka Nightflyer. He ran the Paper Dragon Rust Never Sleeps site with all the Tulsa 2020 stuff and just a ton of stuff for Cyberpunk 2020. He was one of the larger like not collaborators, but I would talk to him on the regular. So losing him finding out he was gone was a bit of a blow.
Yeah. He actually inspired me to learn get into my career. Yeah.
So anyway, Paul, we miss you. I hope you're wherever you are, you're at peace, and yeah.
We'll join you soon beyond the Black Wall.
We'd like to thank Rob Mulligan and Cybernation Uncensored for hosting us. And we will see you in 2 weeks on the 14th.
Yes. We are going to be broadcasting a pre-recording of our interview with Linda Evans. So come check that out. We will, of course, be on chat to talk, but you won't ask any questions during that session. So the interview, we had a great time talking with her. Hopefully. Yes.
She's delightful.
Drutter Cup is on Art House Orion's Discord a lot. And
Drutter Cup on Discord.
Guy.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Till then. See ya.
See you guys.
Farewell.
Cybernation Uncensored.